What? Yeah. That's why I fucking started moving the hands and stuff. And the like and
Hey,
such.
ho,
Hey, throw
hey,
your hands in the
ho,
air
hey,
like you don't
ho,
care.
hey,
Throw your hands in
ho,
the air
hey,
like you don't
ho,
care.
hey,
Throw your
ho. How
hands
many
in the
hey ho's are
air.
there in the song?
I don't know.
Too many.
All right. Ready to go. Full gamer intro.
Full gamer
No, I'm
intro.
just kidding. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Pub Crew here with Ryan and Vic. That's Ryan. I'm Vic.
I'm Ryan. That's Vic. Hope you
And
like that, because I'm not good. I can't do that again. At least not this
yeah,
episode.
that was fine. That was good. We had a great fucking time with that. Um, ah,
God damn it, Ryan.
it's okay. It
Yeah, it's
happened
on
while it
me.
landed, so it just felt like,
It had a more
yeah,
impactful meaning to it.
that
There
was
we
good.
go.
I hope you guys had a great fucking week. I certainly had a great fucking week.
Yeah, it's
Oh
pretty good.
shit, I need to bleep myself because it's like the first minute. Yeah,
Put like a nice little on there.
yeah. I'll
Nice
see
little
what I
clown
find.
horn right there. Little bicycle.
If I find some like goat bleats,
There you
like
go.
that'd be. I will just put that. I'll just use that and like clip it. Anyways,
Clip it throughout the whole episode, starting 2 minutes ago.
yeah. I hope you guys have a great week. Um, we are here as always, beer in hand, and
Mine's empty.
a phone on the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
And this week,
And the other hand's on my crotch.
you have three hands. You lucky son of a bitch.
So I'm always slouchy.
Oh man.
Secrets out.
But
What do we have to drink today, Vic?
what we have this week is Cherry Heart. Cherry Heart, my heart.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
I'll smack your eye.
good.
All right. I don't know if it picked up here that well, but I
glad.
saw.
Yeah, that like whipped me into shape.
Mm-hmm. Whip it.
This is Cherry
Into
Heart,
shape. I forget that.
made by Blazing Tree,
Blazing Tree Brewery.
good friends of ours.
Mm-hmm. They have.
Whether they want to or not,
Uh-huh.
they're good friends.
Damn right
of
we're
ours.
gonna associate with you.
Yeah.
And I just hope you associate with us. Notice me, senpai.
That's like a really weird
Dance
indie
to the
song.
brewery?
No, indie song.
What?
I hope you associate with me. I will
Is
associate.
it?
No, that just sounds like one.
Oh, I was about to say, look, it's not intentional when I do shit like that.
No, yeah.
It just happens.
I want to make it into
Get that thing.
get that out there.
Get this out of my face.
I want to make it a indie song that has like really synthy beats
Yeah.
and all that shit.
I listen to it at least once and
Yeah.
forget about it. But like I
Thanks,
keep
man.
it on my playlist so it would come up randomly.
Yeah, and then make you look cool in front of other hipster people.
When it just you hit shuffle and then it comes on, you're like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I meant to do that.
yeah.
Shuffle didn't do that for me.
I know Aerospace by Band Wave.
Is that a thing?
No, I just made that up, but it sounds cool as
If
hell.
anyone takes that, you're welcome. Because even I was like,
Yeah, putting
Who is
band
this?
in your band name, that's like next level genius.
that is next level genius.
Yeah.
What's that band? But what was it again?
Bandwave.
Bandwave. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Airwave. I'm like, no.
No.
Bandwave.
Anyway.
Uh,
Well, this is an Amaretto Amber Ale.
Amaretto Amber. you
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Cherry Heart, you say.
Yeah. So you can expect
Cherry?
some cherry, some sweetness, some
Some amaretto.
amber in there.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Sweet child of mine.
No, amber is the color of your energy.
Oh, that's the one. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, yeah.
And we hope you're drinking with us. And if you're not, you could be. But it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
alcohol. We have to say that every
Yeah,
time.
I know.
It doesn't have to be alcohol. But so whatever you have, your water, your liquor, your tea, your coffee, cheers.
Mead, yeah.
That too. Oh, I taste the amaretto.
Yeah.
That's good.
It sticks on your tongue.
It does.
It's like
Like the whole way down.
it's like if like somebody put a pillow and then like
smothered you in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
Hey.
Yet. That's really good though. And like there's like a hint of cherry.
Mm-hmm.
The amaretto is definitely like more noticeable.
Yeah, and I think I'd want that because cherry like isn't usually that sweet, so even then it'd be more of a tart flavor.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm glad that the amaretto comes first and foremost, because man, like I sense that like over the sides of my tongue.
Oh,
like
you get that what is it? That little sensation?
Yeah.
The little stabs.
Yeah, there you go.
I know there's a term for
like
it,
if my tongue follicles, because tongue has hair follicles or whatever. Sorry, it's a great.
We're not that, scientific. Yeah. We're only scientific when it comes to
I just know that your tongue has hair.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Or it has like...
I think about it. I'm already hairy. You're a hairy wizard, Harry.
I was gonna say, you're a hairy wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's super good.
It's really good.
I like amaretto.
Cheers to Blazing Tree, because...
Yeah. Cheers to Deanna, who probably made this.
Did she make that one?
I think so.
Oh, there you go.
I was wrong in the last episode.
I saw
whatever.
I was watching it, and then I saw the little pop-up, I'm like, ha! Yeah. That's funny.
Anyways.
It's really good, though.
I'll only admit I'm wrong once, and then never again. From here on out, I don't give a shit. No, just kidding.
You're not even gonna like correct yourself with a pop-up or anything? No, it's just for everyone to figure out.
Yeah.
You have to have a second-hand editor now.
Yeah.
It has to be twice edited out just so it can be like the bullshit detector
just
for
the
Vic.
Amount of misinformation that I'm gonna spew out is gonna be tremendous.
I believe it.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. Like, did you know I made this beer?
Did you?
No.
You lying sack of shit.
Do you know I'm making mead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually true, though.
That one I did know, because the last time I asked you about it, you got mad that I asked you about it.
Yeah, because I'm like, hold on.
I was just asking. I didn't want it, like, now.
You're asking now. I'm getting angry again.
You brought it up. God damn it. That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Anyways. What are we talking about today, Ryan? I don't know, Vic. What are we talking about today? Like how I just stole your thunder?
Yeah. Now that the drinking is out of the way, what are we going to talk about today? I mean, the only thing that I brought to the table was...
Besides beer?
Yeah. And my phone, which I put on silent, by the way, was that Apex Legends is like now more popular than ever, that it's on Steam.
Did it just go to Steam?
Yeah.
Granted, I know I've been watching you guys play it, but at the same time, I didn't know it was not on Steam.
Yeah. No, yeah. It barely went, I think, last season. Excuse me. And apparently it's gotten like shy of like 200k unique users, which is really good for a game that came out like 2-3 years ago, multiplayer only, battle royale, when it had like Fortnite and PUBG and all of that shit to contend with.
Right.
Like, that's doing pretty solid in my book, and I'm super happy for Respawn Entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, how's that affect? Because it's always been crossplay, right?
It became crossplay like a year ago.
Right?
Like,
so it's been like, but that's like with PC to Xbox to PS4 and Switch now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's everyone can play against each other, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
but it's just that like
this affected or no?
It's just because people didn't want to use Origin. Rightfully so.
Yeah, I'm like, I cannot blame those people.
Because, jeez, man.
I've used Origin for other games that are Origin, and I'm frustrated as shit every time. I'm like, why haven't I played this game in a while? And then I click on it to open it, and then it's like, update Origin. Oh, motherfucker. And then Origin, do this. I'm like, you know what? This is why I hadn't come back to this game in months. I'm like, that's exactly why.
I got Battlefront 2 for free, and I'm like, you need to put this on Origin. And I'm like, okay, no. No, thank you.
Here, hold on.
Yeah.
Slow down. No.
Yeah. I don't know.
But, I mean, that's cool. Have you... Like, you played before it went to Steam, right?
Yeah, dude.
Has it changed for you in any way now that it's on Steam?
It changed when they brought like full support of like every console of cross-platform.
Right. That's why I even said Switch is on there too now. Shit.
And I think it's not noticeable enough because it's still PC.
Right.
But there's definitely gonna be a lot more times where I'm like, I just got fucking wrecked by this tryhard dude. Like
me with my PS4 controller.
There's a lot more of of those moments where I'm like, like what can you do?
I've seen all those moments.
Yeah. I don't
well, I've seen most of those moments, not all.
It's way different. Like now, a lot of load times and wait times are super short.
That's cool.
Yeah, but like, sometimes I feel bad schooling on console people because like,
I don't feel bad when I school on you.
Oh, you're right. But I feel like there needs to be. I don't know. Like, that's why we fucking talked about it with Destiny, that they're trying to change all of that shit.
Oh. Did you hear about that shit?
No.
They had a state of, like, Destiny 2, I think this past week, or almost 2 weeks ago. No, it had to be this week. Yeah. This week kind of seemed long to me, is why. Could be all the recordings, I don't know. But yeah, the State of Destiny 2, Bungie came out with it, and essentially, like on that, we were talking about like how they're trying to change up the game and change things. Well, I don't know if you knew about it, but like they implemented with this past expansion sunsetting, where they were essentially getting rid of weapons. They were being sunset because you go off your power level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's always a cap each season.
Yeah.
Whatever the highest cap is, whatever the hard cap is. So where they implemented the sunset was some weapons that were from previous seasons so many ago, like usually it's 2 seasons. And if a new version of that particular weapon armor didn't come out in the next season, 2 seasons from now, it's going to be useless because now it can't go further than that light level.
Oh, okay.
So while it's not a big deal depending on what you're doing. Like if you're, I don't know, if you're PvP but you just do basic Crucible, light level does not matter.
Yeah.
So you can still go in there and be the asshole with Mountaintop. But the thing is, you're still at a disadvantage because there's not much else you can do with it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you can't go to comp. You can't do Iron Banner, you can't do Trials. And then PvE, you're still at a disadvantage because you need your light level up. And that's going to seriously bring you down because you can't do anything with it. So they did that with a lot of weapons and armor. Now we're already 2 seasons into this new expansion, right? And people were already, that's what I think's hilarious about this, is people were already vocal about that they didn't like that. And I see where everyone's coming from because, I mean, I'm in the same boat where you worked for some of these weapons. Some of these were pinnacle weapons. They were a grind. They were a bitch. You put time and effort into getting these weapons only for them to tell you, nah, you can't use it anymore. Sorry. You can use it, but just not for everything. It's like, then what the fuck else am I going to use it for?
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't like it in that regards, and I totally understand because there's people that I play with that don't feel motivated anymore because why are they going to work towards a weapon that they know a season or 2 from now is going to be shit? And they've kind of gone up to this point case by case, kind of bringing things back, saying, hey, these Dreaming City things that were gone 2 seasons ago, oh, hey, they're good now. It's like, then why did I dismantle all the shit you just told me wasn't going to be good and it was taking up space?
Yeah.
Just to tell me, oh, it's good now. That's fucking with people. They finally came out and said they're sunsetting. That register with anybody?
Yeah.
They're finally getting rid of sunsetting, is what I'm getting at. Is they apparently heard everyone's displeasure with sunsetting, and now they're getting rid of sunsetting. So we went this far just for them to get rid of it, and now people are happy about it, but still kind of upset because it's like, well, it's already been done.
I don't think that's a game that I'm ever gonna go back to.
I'm in it for the long haul. I'm committed to this game.
I don't think it's a game that I'm ever gonna be, unless they come out with a season just wholly devoted to PvP. As long as they come out with like a whole revamp of their PvP system.
It's called Trials.
Crucible.
No, don't do it. Don't do Trials. You're gonna hate yourself. Oh,
If it's light level based, then I
yeah, it's
don't
light
I
level
don't
based.
I don't care much for it because I'm not gonna have the time and patience to grind out stuff that isn't PvP or PvP fucking weapons that are super good.
Yeah, because some of them you have to get in PvE,
Yeah, and I'm not
and they're
gonna do
good.
that.
They're great in PvP.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna do that. So that's why I don't think Destiny is that type of game that I'm like, yeah, I can go back to it. Like
No, go ahead.
if they did something like made shit, it doesn't even make sense because I was gonna say like Halo, but like where you picked up guns, but that still doesn't make any sense because then you would just pick like random. Yeah,
It wouldn't work for what they have in this game.
Yeah.
It's not going to work in that sense. As much as people would want it to, I don't think it's going to work. You'd have to change a lot for that to make sense in
Yeah.
this game, and it's just not going to work. But on the topic of trials, so and this actually just happened today. I forgot I saw Bungie tweeted out a tweet about it that for the rest of this weekend they disabled trials because they were talking about. I guess it's been happening for a couple weekends. People were kind of cheating the system. Now, I guess this is what you call a gray area, right? Because there's hacks, right? And there's cheats where it's like, I've seen them, and I'm sure you could look them up too, where these people, and I've actually experienced this on console, which I think is fucking crazy, where you get loaded into a match and someone is like from the opposing team's instantly next to you, and for some reason has infinite like ammo. You never see them reload or anything, and they just unload like a shotgun or a fucking trace rifle or something on you, and you're just dead. And it goes like that, and then it gets called early because of mercy. That's happened to me a few times. That's cheating, I feel, because you're like, okay, they clearly use something, or aim bots or some shit like that, right? We've all seen that, but that's not what got it disabled. What got it disabled was a lot of people went flawless, which is where you get 7 wins in a row on trials, and you get fancy gold armor. Like, well, you get the trials armor, but then you get like a fancy glow with it, a cool emblem, a cool ghost, you get all this cool shit.
Yeah.
So let people know you went flawless. It's kind of a big deal because it's hard as shit. I've never been past like 2 wins. Sucks. On the same card. But so what people were finding out was, I guess it's a matter of manipulating the system to where you're bringing, like you have a burner account, right? So of the 3 people that join, because it's 3 versus 3, someone goes in there with like a brand spanking new account and can join. So they're at bare minimum equipment, items, you name it. And when they join a match for some reason, it like they go up against no one. I think is the gist of it. I was kind of looking into it. It's weird. They essentially end up going up against nobody and they win. And they rinse and repeat. The whole team wins. So you go like that 7 times.
I think exploiting the system is still cheating.
Right, but here's the thing. With that though, no one's necessarily getting hurt. I'm not defending this.
I don't know. I feel like the prestige of it is getting hurt. I feel like the status of it, and like,
I mean, Trials was already fucked to begin with.
See, like that's what I don't understand about fucking
people.
Destiny.
Wouldn't have had to done this if it was a manageable feat. This is not a manageable feat.
I'm pretty sure people still would have done it, regardless if it was easier or not, because people wanted that flawless. People wanted to have 7 straight wins and have that fancy glow. But for me, that's what I don't understand a lot about Destiny, is that a lot of players find a lot of exploits on doing shit, and then some, I'm not gonna say like everybody, but some are still like complaining about like the stuff that they're getting when they're not getting things like the way they were meant to do.
No, I completely know what you mean. Like, I've seen that too, where people bitch about a weapon, but it's like, you didn't even do what you had to. You found a workaround and you got this weapon. Why would you complain?
Yeah.
Like, if you did it legit, you might have a reason to complain. But if you went this roundabout way of doing it, why are you pissed? You already cheated the system. You already didn't play the game that you were supposed to get here, so why are you mad? But I'm glad that you say that, because there was another exploit, which actually hasn't been fixed, but Bungie has mentioned, and not sure what's going to happen with it. I can only assume it's going to get patched out maybe this week when they do reset on Tuesday, right? Mm-hmm. I can only imagine that's what's going to happen. But another exploit is 12-man raids.
Oh, that sounds fun, though.
It looks... we haven't been able to pull it off yet, but it's because we didn't think it was possible on console at first.
Yeah.
But then that's what's been blowing up this whole weekend is 12-man raids. And we were like, I don't think it's possible. We tried it.
Yeah.
But then we looked up a video, and sure enough, it is possible in console. It's just a little trickier, but it's still doable. Man, I've seen those videos. It is chaotic, but god damn, does it look fun.
Yeah.
12-man raids? I literally saw 12 chaos reaches. Fucking Kamehameha wave, the big beam of arc energy coming from the warlocks. 12 warlocks in a raid. They just all... I saw the picture, I had to look it up, but just all these fucking chaos reaches going to the boss. I was like, that's beautiful. It looks chaotic. And what's crazy is, I think it's why Bungie hasn't necessarily said anything bad about it, because it is an exploit, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it is a bug, right? In the end, that's what it is. But the way people found it out wasn't necessarily breaking the game, and even some of the developers are tweeting about it, and they quoted straight from people posting it. Like my reaction was, "Huh, that's cool," and then also me was, "Wait, that's hacks." The third me was, "Huh, the game's not breaking." Fourth me was, "Wow, the script's still running beautifully." Fifth me was, "Good job, developers. I'm surprised we built this thing that works like this." Because you'd think with something like that, it just wouldn't work. Like, the game'd crash, frame rate would just be ridiculous. It actually runs a little bit better than... Frame rate still does drop, because that's a lot of shit going on at the same time. But it's not breaking it. Like, the script's still running great. It's good for as chaotic as it is. So, would you put that in the same category?
It's still an exploit, so yes.
Okay.
Even if nobody's getting hurt, it's not running as intended.
The only way I'd see it being a problem is if it was a brand new raid. Like, the way it is right now, the new raid's been out for... We're at season 2 now. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, of this expansion, of when it came out. So I'm like, everyone's done it at least once already, right? So at this point, it's just for shits and giggles. It's to the point where I don't think everyone has to do it. At this point, everyone's just doing it because you can do it, and it looks fun. Yeah. You're not really getting anything more than you would have just doing the raid normally. You know? It's just now you have 6 extra people. But if you've already done it, which most of these people already have, I don't feel like you're really putting anyone at a disadvantage. It's only a disadvantage when it's like a brand new raid, and you're trying to be world's first.
I feel like it's a disadvantage if Bungie was like, oh, well, shit. We weren't working on that at all, you know? Like,
they weren't.
In secret, if they've thought about it, you know? Like, I feel like that's at least going to kick off some of that development to make bigger instances of raids.
That's actually what people were speculating was, is this something that's been going on? Like, is it something, because obviously it seems like the game can handle it to an extent. So are they actually looking at increasing fireteam sizes for something to come in the future?
Yeah.
Which I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, fucking huge ass raid plus. I don't know, I think that'd be super dope.
Where you need 12 people?
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty dope.
And like, I've seen like World of Warcraft raids and shit like that, where it's a fuck ton of people. Like, something like that in like third person or first person form would be super crazy.
I think it's doable.
Yeah.
And then implementing a raid that utilizes those mechanics where it's like, well, now you need to use all 12 people.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
that's gonna suck.
Right? Because, like, imagine you could have done this with 6 people, and trying to get that shit show together is already a pain in the ass for people you're trying to teach it to. But trying to do it for 12 and you need everyone to get their shit together, like, especially if it's every role's vital. Because sometimes you can bullshit a role.
I feel like it would be some type of, like, zombie mode, where it's just 12 people.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Like, at least, like, something like that, with just waves of enemies.
Waves after waves, and you need 12 people, yeah.
Yeah, like, something like that. I feel like that'd be cool.
I feel you could balance it out, because you think, with 12 people, that's a good amount of exotic weapons. Like, everyone could have a loadout tailored for a specific role, and everything else can back that up. Like, it's all just going to work fluidly.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why you would need that, because you're going to deal with hordes of enemies. I don't know. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I could see that being useful in the future. For all the raids, not necessarily. It's a cool thing, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know as soon as I get to try it.
Yeah, I mean...
I haven't had 12 people on it once to do it.
I mean, yeah, like, that's why, like, let me know how that goes, because I'm never going to do that. I don't have enough people to play Destiny with.
Get on PS4.
Dude,
we'll take you. I will carry you to glory.
If it's not PvP, I'm not going to, like, want to do it.
I will half carry you to glory.
And that's the thing, like...
I will help you get those weapons that you were dreading for PvP that you can only get in PvE.
No, I hate using, like...
But it'd be fun, though.
I guess. All I'm saying is that, like, it's going to take a lot for me to go back to Destiny 2. Because I played a fuck ton with Jeffrey and Tasha, because they wrote me into it. And
well, he over there, he wrote me into this.
And I played a lot of Crucible, you know? Like, I still like Crucible. Yeah. It's still fun, but like, it's such a shit show.
Have you played it with Stasis now? Like,
yeah,
you played it
like
with Stasis?
Games,
yeah,
and I was
that definitely changed it.
This is too much.
I mean, you're absolutely right. That's why a lot of people they hate going into it.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the funny thing, is before they actually shut down trials from last weekend, because I forget which weapon was. All you needed was like 3 wins or 10 losses to get whatever the first tier weapon is in the card, or just from the engram. I mean, I think it was the pulse rifle, which came back, which is cool. People were literally just throwing themselves off cliffs because they just wanted to get it over with.
Yeah,
because it was the people, and I don't blame them, because I fall into that category where I hate going up against sweaty players. Because, like, I'm going to try my best. Then I think when I'm trying my best, no, I get fucking flanked and all this shit, and we didn't even have time to prep. Like, it was so quick. And then maybe we come back, like, they're ahead 3, then we come back from 0 to 3, and then we're tied for a while, and then they win it in the last 2. And we're like, well, that went on longer than it had to. And then if you need 10 losses, that's going to take a while, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you go out and win, like, I can see it.
That's why I can't do that, because, like, it for me, since I love playing PvP games, like, I'm like the type of person that doesn't like forfeiting or anything like that. Like,
what would you call it? Forfeiting? They played all the matches, all rounds.
Well, yeah, but if you're like inting the whole fucking match, that's pretty much forfeiting.
I mean,
inting would fall under like griefing and stuff like that. Like, that's...
I'm just saying people did it, and I get it. It's fucked up. I mean, not if you're the other team. If you're the other team, you're like, all right, I guess. But it's not like it's one person in the team that's just offing themselves, and the other 2 are like, well, fuck, that's what this guy's here for, right? He's just gonna do it. No, it's literally a whole team going, yeah, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that happens in Valorant when it gets to like the end of a season pass.
Really?
Yeah, people just farm for XP because certain game modes give you a set amount of XP
regardless of win or lose.
Yeah. So if you just pick 2 characters that can do team damage, or 3 characters that can do team damage, and you all just huddle up in the spawn and just kill each other for 4 rounds, and you let the other people win, and you still get the same XP. So, like, I've seen it. So
then it's not an uncommon thing, then. No, that exists in most competitive games.
Yeah, and I feel like it's more of what...
So it's not a Destiny problem, you're saying?
No, it's just a gaming problem, because...
Yeah, no.
People would rather find 3-4 other people that were like, hey, we're going to feed for like an hour so we can do this. And they're like, okay. You know, like, it's a lot easier than actually getting 4 people to be like, we're going to try to do this the right way.
Right. I mean, I see both perspectives, because a lot of the time those people that do that, especially like when I've seen it on trials, is they just want the weapon. They just want that weapon. That's it. They're not going to go for flawless. They're not trying to go to 5 wins to get whatever the fuck it might be that week. Yeah. They're literally just trying to get whatever that weapon is.
Yeah.
And they just want to get the 10 losses over with as quickly and painlessly as possible. And in these people's defense, they're usually people that don't do a lot of competitive usually. They're just like, look, man, I'm busy most of the week. I work. I just need this shit. I'm gonna do it. So I kind of get it. And if it's a team that has that decision, you're not hurting your team like as a unit, I guess, because you all had the same decision. It'd be one thing if someone was like, "Fuck no, we're gonna go for gold." Then it's like, okay, then you're the asshole because you just killed yourself. Like, at least try. If you're gonna go for it, because it is possible. It's hard, but I think that's the point. If it was easy, that wouldn't be the objective, right?
Yeah, and like stuff like that makes me want to play, but I'm definitely not going back to it because before I do play Trials, I have to play like close to like I don't know 30 hours of grinding for me to get to the light level that I'm supposed to be at, and then I can go into Trials. But even then, I probably shouldn't go into Trials until I get something like the stasis down, and like I play a bunch of competitive and I play a bunch of normal games just to like learn the new shit that they've changed. And then by that point, like the new season's dropping.
And then you're ready for trials.
Yeah. And I don't want to do that. Like I could easily just hop into a match in Valorant and be like, oh, we're playing ranked now.
Ah, yes, Valorant.
Yeah. Or I'm playing Apex Legends. I can play ranked games in Apex Legends. Like CSGO. Fuck, even like Warzone. Like Warzone is fun if you're playing like just to fucking chill out. If you're not invested in the game, if you don't take every game as like life or death, it's such a chill game to just be like, I'm just gonna chill here for like 30 seconds, and then you hear somebody's loud ass footsteps like running, and you're like, ooh. Sorry, dude. Like it's either you or me, and it's not gonna be me.
And this is a war zone. Title drop.
Yeah. And it's like, you still get those sweaty moments without having to do the whole 30 hours of PvE first.
Well, I mean, that's the difference, though, right? That this game is not just PvP.
Yeah.
It's also story-driven RPG. I mean, massive multiplayer. I mean, it's not just one thing. Yeah. So I think to judge it heavily on one thing's not fair. Because it's like it's more than just that, you know?
I would think they would need to like standardize some weapons.
Oh, yeah, definitely. In fact, that's kind of what they were talking about too in the state of play.
Yeah.
For Destiny was they're not going to be sunsetting anymore. They're getting rid of that. But now they're going to pay closer attention to what needs to be worked weapon-wise.
Yeah.
Fellwinters.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just such a weird game to balance because, like, the biggest part of it is time to kill in PvP. And, like, there's gonna be nothing, like, up close is gonna be shotguns, up far is gonna be snipers, and anywhere in between is gonna be hand cannons. Because that's just like the shortest time to kill.
That's literally the state of play right now.
Yeah.
Or fusion rifles.
Yeah, because that is the shortest time to kill. And man, like that leaves so little to be. The only difference would be your class. Like everybody's gonna have the same 4 or 5 guns, and then it's just gonna be your class that changes. And then if you're not playing a Titan, sometimes you're just gonna get your shit wrecked by Titans.
Yep.
Because they're gonna have their shield
me and my hunter.
Yeah.
That's me charging at a Titan, being like, "Come on!" and then just shoot. I'm like, "Well, should have fucking seen that coming." That was me. Whatever, man. I don't care. Revive me.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you know. Whatever. It happens.
Yeah, that's where we're at with this game. I feel.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I played enough Halo to be like this is exactly why I got into PvP. And like I played Destiny and I'm like, I like PvP. I don't like that it's making me do everything else. You know, like I still see like all of the quest lines that I haven't done and I'm like I'm never gonna do. You know?
I get you. But I mean that's also why the game is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not just one thing. As much as people want it to be, it's not.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair standpoint for this game, is you can't just look at it for its PvP, because that's not entirely what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's an
Yeah.
MMO. It's an RPG. It's a fucking story-driven game. It is PvP, but
yeah, for me, Destiny is well of empowerment with Ariana's vow and one-shotting people in the head.
that's still a thing.
I know, but that's what Destiny is to me. Like everybody has their own story with that. Oh, man, so good. But anyways,
That's enough talk about that.
About Destiny. I mean, you play a lot of Destiny, so I feel like it's only normal we talk about Destiny.
Well, I think we segued into that from Apex going into changing seasons in the game and shit to crossplay.
Yeah.
It's just the only reason why I bring up Laws, because that's the only the game I can relate to. That would be the closest thing to be like, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm like, I got nothing.
Yeah. I'll maybe try it when they bring out crossplay, because then I can play with my friends who play on console.
Exactly.
But that's it. Like, I'll probably play some Crucible and then, like, never touch it again. Because, I don't know, all the PvE stuff is going to be, like, super crazy.
It already is super crazy.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff. I don't know. I don't even know what else we're talking about today, but I feel like that's gonna lead into like a lot of what I wanted to talk about, which is just
the state of competitive games.
Well, no, just like you're like, because now we look at it from like rose tinted glasses, but like, do you remember like what like your old like obsessions with video games were, like before we had games of service? Like, do you recall what games you were like so super into that, you know, you feel like if they were made today they'd have battle passes? Like,
I was on board with you until you said battle passes, and I was like, Mega Man. And then I thought about a battle pass. I'm like, fuck, because it could work, and that's what makes me upset. Is that it could work. Does it need it? No. But could they do it? Yes. Will it probably be good? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like that's I feel like it would work, but I don't think it'd be the way that they should ever go about it.
No, that's why I'm thinking about it all in my head. This isn't happening.
I'm just trying to think of like if you have any like childhood games that you were like, no, I spent like hundreds of hours on this. Just like, you know, like people spend time with games now because of Backstreet Boys tour, as Game Grumps call it.
I was really like, did you just?
Yes, I did.
Shout out to Game Grumps.
Yay. Yeah,
we have to now.
I just wanted to see if there was like any games that you.
Well, yeah, back in the day, like, I don't know, like off the top of my head, like I played all the Mega Mans a lot, that's for sure. Because I think between X1, 2, and 3, they were all on SNES. And this was like the era where renting games was the shit. Like that's where it was like the norm. So yeah, it was like, I don't like X2 didn't come out too much longer after than X1. So it was literally like, whoa.
Yeah.
But I mean, outside of that, between me and my brother, we played a lot of Final Fantasy VII. And that's why that grew to be one of my all-time favorite games. Okay,
and I'm going to pick on Mega Man just because that like came out
because I said Final Fantasy VII, huh? No, that's why you want to go back to Mega Man? Huh? Yeah. You don't want to talk about Final Fantasy VII?
No, because it came out earlier. If you would have said Final Fantasy 3 or 6, I would have stuck with it, but no. Like, compared to Mega Man, is that like the first game you ever played? Or Mega Man X? Mm-mm. Or like, how does that compare to the first video games that you ever played? And like,
I think X had one of the biggest impressions on me because I did play like Mega Man and Mega Man 2. I think at that time my cousins had the NES. We got the SNES. So we played what they had, that's why I played a little bit of the Mega Mans. And I loved them, but it was one of those things where I didn't play them too often, if that makes sense. It was like kind of a treat. Granted, I hung out with them a lot then, but it was like that's what we played. I think we used to play a whole bunch of what is it? The Zombies Ate My Neighbor.
Oh shit!
Like, I remember playing all those games and shit. And those are fun.
In a long time.
But I think it was like the impression of like the games that impacted me the most were like Mega Man X, because I was like, I remember this and it just looked so cooler. The music, I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then even Kirby Superstar.
Oh hell yes! I love Kirby.
Yeah, and Superstar like became one of my favorites because I learned about Kirby backwards. Because I know he had games out on NES and Game Boy at the time, but we had an old Game Boy at one point, like the original big block one with Tetris and shit.
Yeah.
But
Kirby Streamland.
Yeah. So it was then that I started seeing games backwards from it. That I was like, it's one of those things where I didn't pay attention as a kid. But once I played that game, like I loved the shit out of it. It was so cool.
That's dope.
That when I saw other Kirby games, I'm like, oh, I want to play this. But then noticing how different they were before that point was kind of eye-opening to be like, oh. Oh, and then that's where I started to pay more attention and learn like, oh, and then went back and revisited Mega Man 1 and 2 and how hard those fucking games were.
Oh yeah, dude. They had to be hard.
Yeah, and then like it's one of those things where I was too young to really care. I was like, I'm just playing a fun game. This is cool.
Yeah. And
then started to actually be like, oh, I could learn this. There's mechanics to be learned here. There's a system going on. And yeah, that's where I just kind of grew into. Oh, and then Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat.
That was huge. That was a huge part of my childhood. Man, like I remember my first game compared to like the first game that I obsessed over. Which I can't even tell you what it is, to be honest, because I've like went into video games very like heavily at a young age.
Yeah.
Just super nerd status. But I did start out playing Legend of Zelda on the NES and getting super lost and just being completely lost.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was my first gaming experience. But it wasn't up until like I think it was like Yoshi's Island that I really got super into a game. For this Super Nintendo. Street Fighter 2. I mean I lived in Juarez, so shout out J-Town. And arcade cabinets were a lot more prevalent there, and there were so many more of them. And stuff like King of Fighters, Street Fighter, X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Yeah, when I started seeing those come to the console, though, that's what blew my mind. That like I saw Street Fighter 2 on SNES, played it. Then we went to whatever few arcades we had here at that time, which still wasn't a lot back then.
Yeah.
Seeing like those cabinets and then seeing King of Fighters and seeing Mortal Kombat was like, whoa.
Yeah. It's like, these look the same as they do in the arcade.
No, paying money to play this shit.
Yeah.
And I get mad when I lose.
Yeah. Oh man, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
But like definitely I became obsessed with like Street Fighter a lot. Just because like there was that like money involved. Like you had to become like really good and you had to get better. You had to like study what other people did and like all the cheap bullshit that they knew that you didn't know.
Yeah.
Because back then it wasn't like they were gonna teach you how to get out of it. You're just like, no, man, you're fucked. Like, like I remember, I think it was MVC2 that I got hit with an infinite, and I was like so mad, and I ended up.
I used to play the shit out of that game too.
I ended up picking like an all Shoto team, and I just like spammed the fuck out of my Hadoukens because I came from like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was super funny because like it worked for one game, and then he got pissed and switched his team up. But like after I got hit with an infinite, I was like, this game is fucking bullshit. Like, and I didn't want to devote time for it, but like I went back to Street Fighter 2 and 3, and I was like, you know what? Like,
fuck it.
Like this, I can spend time with. Like, oh man, this is too much shit.
That's where I learned how to actually get a little like better with fighting games was around MVC2, because I played Street Fighter 2 right all the way through like 3 and everything, and it was like never too heavily on arcade, or I never took it seriously. But it wasn't until MVC2 that I have it on the Dreamcast. which was fucking crazy. Shout out to Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Like, I still have that shit because that was like one of the games I bought. And yeah, like that game, one, I loved it because it had all these characters in it. Blew my mind. I was like, oh, this person's in it. I can have all these 3 people.
Yeah.
Only to realize like that was important.
Yeah.
Like who you built as a team. And then their assist. How you put them as an assist was very important too. And then like getting juggled on fucking Infinite was bullshit.
Oh, man, it was so fucking rough.
Yeah, then I used to see, because oddly enough, I used to see that game more common in arcades around here than Street Fighter, which was weird.
Yeah,
but I didn't argue because that means I got to play it more in more places that I went to, and I got to be the cool badass to be like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, like this, our hometown really has a lot of like Tekken and like MVC. Like Street Fighter sometimes, like Mortal Kombat sometimes. Smash.
Which I'm not going to justify.
We're not going to talk about Smash on this podcast today.
No. But yeah, you see a lot of that in like the fighting game community around here is Tekken and MVC 3.
Oh, man.
No Infinite.
Yeah. But I mean, I spent a ton of time. Like, I've always been into shooters, so I always spent a ton of time on Halo. After that, I moved on to Team Fortress 2, which I spent like...
I used to play Team Fortress 2 a lot.
I spent like 500 hours on one account. I don't think that's a lot. I think it's a lot.
It kind of is. I mean, if it's
not
spread out...
1,000 hours.
Yeah, if it's spread out through a year, that's not a lot. If it was all at once, that's a lot.
Yeah, dude, I got hit with that Team Fortress 2 bug hard, man. Like, that was fun. I had the sickness. And the only cure was more,
was more Team Fortress 2?
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah, no, I rode that train hard too for a while. I mean, I still have it on my PC.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't played it in a while.
And it's free now.
It's free. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
It's free now. I remember when I paid for it.
Yeah. Ugh.
I was like, I don't know, that dates me, I think.
Yeah. And Street Fighter 4, I was super into. That I spent...
4, I spent a lot of time
so much time. Like, if I could go back and do a road to gold with Street Fighter 4, I'd have
done it with you, because that's where I was actually playing a lot. And then it just sucked is I didn't get to go to EVO that year, and then it switched to 5.
We should try. We should try to do like a road to like B plus or like road to like something like that, and play
to just okay,
and just play like Saturdays at like 8 p.m. where like most people would be on.
Yeah,
because like. Otherwise, when the fuck would anybody else be on Street Fighter 4?
I just get on Street Fighter 4? Just replay Street Fighter 4?
Yeah, and just play with people online.
Hey, let us know if you want to see that, because I'm down to do that.
Nobody wants to see that. I want to see that. I want to do it.
But let us know if you want to see that. I want to know if you want to see that. Yeah. Fuck what he says. Oh.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for Road to Gold for Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5 is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Because I haven't spent a lot of time with it.
Can you get to gold before they announce 6?
I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure like that would be one of the easiest road to gold.
You think?
Yeah.
You don't think like you're shooting yourself in the foot right now?
No, not at all. I feel like I could confidently get to gold.
Let it be known. He said that here, folks. Actually, this isn't where he said it first. I think it's on our last gold.
I said it on a lot of... Well, this will come out a little bit before that, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm thinking unreleased. Yeah. You said that, though, so I'm like, let it be known.
Yeah, especially with all the problems that we've been having with recording Apex.
It's always something different. I don't understand. And it's always at the end.
Yeah.
Always at the end of the session.
And that's why, like, I don't mind switching up the road to gold if we do keep getting fucking trouble with this.
I don't understand it. Like, it's always at the end.
Mm-hmm. It's super fun.
Yeah.
Watch our Road to Gold series.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what we're talking about. I mean, the first 4 episodes have, like, PS1 graphics that we're not going to be able to get rid of.
As Vic banishes people into the Shadow Realm.
It was so gross. I didn't like it.
It was very interesting on my end, watching that. I had no idea what was going on. I mean, I knew what was going on. It was just, like... I swear it just looked like you had like a mod on. that puts you into that type of setting.
Exactly.
And I was like, this is a weird way to play. But you know what? More power to you, because you were actually doing okay.
That custom PS1 mod that I have.
They're gonna, you know what? One of the developers is gonna catch wind of that. They're gonna see it and they're gonna think you're using hacks.
I know. They're gonna ban me.
Despite all our commentary being like, what the fuck is going on right now? They'll be like, hacks.
They're just lying. They're liars.
They're lying to us.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. That should be fun, though. I mean, we should definitely, we should put a fighting game in there.
Yeah.
It could be Street Fighter 5. Could be Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
Could be 3 online.
Oh, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, 3 online's gonna be rough. It was rough then.
Nobody was gonna play that. Nobody is gonna be playing that.
Only the diehards that are good.
Yeah, that's why I'm scared to play it.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah. No.
What else are we talking about today?
Well, I think one thing I want to talk about here before we put a bow on this. My fucking article is here. I don't care if loading failed. Ignore me. Okay, come back. So, I feel like this is related to what we talk about because it involves pirates and alcohol.
Okay.
That's right up our alley, I feel.
Yeah.
Like that fits our demographic, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right. Right. So, I don't know if you remember hearing about the story. Y'all might remember it too, because it rang a bell when I saw the headline for this. And then when I read the article, I was like, oh, right. I remember hearing about this, where there was a brewery. Well, actually, it was several breweries in Argentina that were going to age their brew. Like they had, I think it was an amber or an ale, that they were going to age it in the ocean in a sunken ship. Which sounded crazy. I remember hearing about this. This is towards like the end of last year. And they were gonna age in there for several months and, you know, take it through the process like that, you know, however they're gonna brew it from there. But that's how they were gonna age it, was actually in the ocean in a sunken ship, which I believe here says 66 feet underwater. Well, this past weekend, they went to go recover them. Guess what's missing?
The boat.
That'd be impressive, right? The whole sunken ship's gone, but the beer stayed?
Yeah.
That's actually considerate.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, huh. Okay.
Ghosts don't like alcohol. Go ships.
Go ship! No, all the alcohol was gone.
Well...
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. You had another guess.
Well, no, I just feel like, I mean, if it's on a public land that they left all this shit in,
that anyone can get to.
Yeah, like why wouldn't people do it?
I mean, you're right, but you gotta think about the amount of effort. Like this is like a legit pirate story. Like you gotta think about it. They put it in a sunken ship, 66 feet underwater, right? To age. Then this implies, now mind you, these people haven't been caught, whoever the pirates were.
Yeah.
They haven't been caught. They don't even, I don't think they have any leads yet. But you got to think about the effort, which was these people, I'm assuming it's a team of scuba divers. Oh, because that was also part of the thing too, was this area was part of a scuba diving team. Or I guess an area that taught that. So this was part of the whole experience, that's why the sunken ship was there, because you could go in there. Part of the scuba diving lesson is you get to explore the area, the ground floor, which is about 66 feet deep, and, you know, check all this cool shit out. Well, I guess between then and now, all the barrels went missing. So that means this team went in there and stole all the barrels, which it doesn't specifically say how many barrels. I was trying to figure out, I haven't reread this again, but it did give the amount, which was 1,000 liters.
God damn.
Or 264 gallons. And they were going to put this into roughly 2,000 bottles and sell it under the name of Chronometer. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing it. I'm sure there's a way they say it in Argentina that I'm just fucking up right now, and I apologize for that. But the point is, it was going to make about 1,000 liters of beer. and it just all went missing. The cages were still there, so that means these pirates went and actually broke open the cages and took all the barrels. How you did that unnoticed is kind of impressive.
It was an inside job.
You gotta think, right? Like
something, I mean, you can't steal 200 gallons or something without somebody noticing.
That's what I'm saying is how... I mean, I feel bad for the breweries.
Because they obviously did, but, you know.
Right? Because I do feel bad for these breweries, because, like, even the person that they interviewed about this was actually sad. And he was tearing up a bit because, you know, this is something he was working on. It was a project. It was something that was going to be cool. Like, you worked towards it. It was a special brew. It was going to mean something. It had all this hype behind it. And it got stolen.
Yeah.
But then you got to think about it as you're right. It's 200 gallons of alcohol that just went missing. How? And
dude,
how did no one not notice? And then you'd think with that kind of job, it's going to take a team at least to carry each barrel, put it somewhere, get it out of there. I don't know. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. They had to use machinery to lower this shit into the ship. So how did they get... I mean, I know they got each barrel out because they broke the cages, but where did it go from there?
Yeah. I think the buoyancy of it would have made it a lot easier to transfer in the water.
But then to get it out of the water, that's what I'm saying. To get it out of the water and then onto something nearby? Like, how far did they take it away from that spot in the water to somewhere to load it up onto a truck, I would assume? And then... wherever the fuck it went. I mean, one of the brewers that was in on it actually even said that he doesn't know what they're gonna do with it, just because he would imagine that they still had stuff they had to do with it afterwards, right?
Yeah.
This was just part of the aging process. It still wasn't necessarily ready to drink. At this point, if they did try to drink it as is, they're gonna be left with a really dark, really warm, strong ale. Pretty much. I think they said it was expected to be 11 to 12%. But, I mean, if you're just looking to get fucked up, I mean, they used to do it on grog.
Yeah, I feel like...
if you're going to do it, you're going to do it.
Yeah. Especially if they knew what was in it. What was in those barrels. Like, I don't know what type of fucking random-ass person would have been like, I'm going scuba diving today.
Oh, look, there's these barrels. Let's come back at midnight and steal all of these barrels.
Mm-hmm.
They had to know what was in it. Like, that's why I kind of agree with you. It was an inside job.
I don't even know if... dude, I said an inside job just because I would always love for everything to be an inside job because that would make things so much easier. But, like, I feel like even if you didn't know what was in those barrels, if you saw, like, all of that shit just there, like, if you were in a life of thievery... you'd be like, fucking, why not? Like, this shit is not guarded at all.
Right.
And there's some probably important shit in that fucking barrel.
That's true. Then you really don't care. You're just going to take it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's an oddly specific location. Excuse me. Like I said, it was part of, like, a scuba diving school.
Yeah.
So, maybe... that's where it comes into, is they just happen to take part in this. They obviously said it as part of the lesson. Like, oh yeah, you see those? Yeah, they're part of this. It's a cool project they're working on. And all I had to take was the right person to be like, well, fuck, now I know how to scuba dive.
Yeah.
So guess what I'm going to do now? I would just say, that's an ironic story right there, where it's like, while you're trying to show it off to and be like, yeah, this is a cool project they're doing in that sunken ship. You should go down there and check it out. And you're like, oh, this is cool. You got these locks right here. Okay, so I should come back with, this. All right, and then I could probably cut it with it. No, nothing. Yeah, well, heading up. All right, cool.
That's
and
all
then
it
you come
takes.
back.
All it takes is opportunity, man. Like,
that's all someone did.
That sucks. It really sucks for them. But, like, man, like, as somebody that's, like, kind of paranoid, like me, I would have not put, like, anything that much. One, on, like, a public school area where people
that's
can
just
go and frequent. And two, like, out of supervision without at least, like, a camera on it.
That's what I'm saying. Is like
that.
How do you not have a lead? Like, was there no camera facing this way? What if someone drowns?
Probably not. And like,
Like, wouldn't you not have something facing that particular part of the ocean if you're near a scuba school? Like, wouldn't there have been something as a liability measure to be like, oh, yeah, we saw all that on camera?
We'd have to. No, I don't think so.
No,
No,
I don't. I'm just
we'd
saying.
we'd have to get a word from them actually, and I don't feel like reaching out to.
Yeah, I mean, I read the article and it doesn't say anything more than that. They're looking for it. They don't know what these pirates are going to do with it, and in fact, they didn't know. Right, but like they didn't know how or why, and I'm like, well, were you not watching it? Like, I'm kind of like,
well, if
I'm agreeing with you.
I would have guessed that they weren't watching it. You know, like
how do you not know when it went missing?
Exactly.
How often were you checking in on it? Like, you think, right?
I'm glad we both said like there,
right? Like, I don't know,
because it's just a lot of, and I feel like it's just a lot of our like own personal views to be like, well, yeah, why would you just leave it in a fucking strange place under no supervision if it's like that? Well, one, important, two, costly.
Yeah,
you know, like, I'm not gonna do.
Yeah, because you gotta imagine this was a brew that they were already expecting to have 2,000 bottles of, and they were gonna sell probably at a price they already had set already, and they were already expecting some sort of return on this. This was, and I'm sure it was something they were already, hyping up for a while now since they put it into the ocean to, get aged and everything, and then have it ready by. If I'm guessing, they were just checking this past weekend, probably next month. They're already looking to finish it up, so it'll be ready probably for like a spring. I don't know, some sort of thing that's going on. So I'm sure they had it set for an event that, well, shit, that's not going to happen now.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It happens. That's life. That's life. I mean, it does suck.
Yeah, no, it definitely sucks.
But, I mean, not to go out on a downer note, but like,
watch your shit. Don't store it in the ocean.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
There's just like a lot of like weirdness to that story that I don't know if it's just like cultural differences that I'm just like, why would you put that like in a fucking public area, and why would you like let people go down there and check it out as part of like their training and stuff like that?
All I had to do really was, I mean, I don't know, like the right person with the wrong intention. That's all it took.
So speaking of wrong intentions,
cruel intentions.
No, just damn it. I just wanted to say that we are gonna be doing some St. Patty's Day stuff as we're closing out this show. We are just gonna be doing some very important St. Patty's Day celebrations because one of our hosts is.
I'm putting all the gasps.
Our social media wizard is also part Irish, so it's a big deal for us here at Pub Crew, and the rest of us like drinking. So it
all works out.
We are gonna have a bit of a mixed cocktail lesson, where we are gonna be making snake bites. We're gonna be making black and tans, black and blues, whatever it is that people want. I prefer snake bites myself just because I like ciders and Guinness melded together.
Oh no, we're doing all of them.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna drink the black and tan or the black and blue as much.
You're gonna drink them.
No,
you're gonna drink them.
No, I'm not a big.
Vic, you're on a show about drinking. You're gonna be a team.
But
player.
I'm not gonna be drinking.
I'm not saying you have to like it. I'm saying you have to be here.
No, I'm gonna make it because I know how to make it. Making it is super easy.
Well, yeah, it's not the hardest drink to make.
Well, yeah, but like,
actually, it's easy to fuck up though.
Yeah, it's super easy to fuck up. But I'm not gonna be making those to drink them. I'm gonna be making them for other people to drink them. I'm gonna be making a snake bite for myself, so I can just add whatever cider I want.
Those snake bites easy to hide though. They always blend anyways. Black and tan and black and blue, that you'd know if you fucked up. Yeah. You'll know what we're talking about when you see it.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us this week. We hope you guys had a wonderful episode with us, listening to this in the background probably. making love to it or something. I don't know. We don't know what you're fucking.
Let's get you going, baby.
We don't know what you're fucking or who you're fucking.
Whoa. We're fucking to this. Kudos to you for keeping on with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a whole hour.
And if you have been this whole time, you need to drink some water now.
Yeah,
you're
get hydrated.
It's been some time, and now that you reach this point, go hydrate.
Yeah,
wash your hands.
Just remember, guys, you don't have to drink to fucking chill with the pub crew, but it does help.
Certainly does help.
Yeah, I have nothing else to contribute to this episode.
Well, we're at the end of the episode, so that's good.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to contribute to this episode?
Nope. Wrap that shit up.
All right. Peace out, y'all. Pub crew. Yeah!